I usually don't do videos, but I don't know why. I just had like a thought in my head, and I was like, yo, make a video about that. I feel like I should put that out into the universe real quick. So that's all I'm doing right now. I just want to put some thoughts out into the universe. I'm sure it's thoughts that people have already thought about, but it is what it is. Anyway, so like I keep thinking about that Jay-Z line that like nobody wins when the family feuds, and it's funny because I have been like dragging my feet with chilling with my cousin. And I finally came around to doing it. Like, I moved to a new area. The family that we was, like, being around, they didn't really receive us well. They don't really, like, you know, fuck with us like that. And it sucks. Like, I was getting annoyed because I have kids. And, my kids were suffering. Like, granted, I'm going crazy because I don't have nobody, you know, to chill with. But at the same token, like, my kids don't have cousins to play with. And that's, like, one thing that I always loved and cherished as a child was on the weekends, we were going to go to my Nana house or my Aunt Lizzie house. And I was going to chill with my cousins. Like, that's what I looked forward to. So, like, I'm glad now that, you know, I finally, you know, cracked the ice and I chilled with my cousin, and my son had a great time, and you know, he's so happy now, and it just makes me feel good. But all that to say that nobody really wins on the family feuds. We moved down here and we, you know, tried to build with new family, and it just didn't work, and it was very hard to operate without a squad, without my tribe, because it's fucking hard. Like, nobody does anything by themselves. Nobody's fully independent. You have, you know, these people that come out and say, oh, well, I do everything by myself. I pay for this, and this. But it's not just about money, though. Like, you have to pay a daycare facility to watch your child. So you're still relying on someone to help you do something. You're just paying them to do it. And, it's still the same thing. It's better when family comes together. I'm not preaching to nobody because I know I fall short of this shit. But I do have periods where I have tried to be consistent with reaching out to distant relatives that I don't talk to regularly, because I think it's important for my family to come together. When I was growing up and I was watching a certain side of my family, it seemed like they were always going at each other. They didn't like each other. They loved each other. They cared about each other, but they didn't like each other. It was always a competition of who struggled the most, who's more miserable, who's more happy, who's more productive, whose job is better, who paid more for what, who raising their child. Like it was just always something. And this is just from my reality. If it's not the reality of the people that I'm talking about, it is what it is. But just know that if you feel offended, just know that this is the image that you gave to people, period. You would have like factions of cousins, like, oh, we don't fuck with them cousins over there, we don't fuck with these cousins over here, and that was just like drilled in my head. Like, I don't fuck with those people, I don't fuck with these people, and I don't ask people for shit because you're gonna throw it in my face the way I see my aunts and uncles throw shit in each other's face when they do shit for each other. Like, and that's just like the mentality that I always had. Like, I hate asking people for stuff. This is something that, you know, me and my partner argue about all the time because it's always been drilled in my head. I put family at such a high pedestal because to me, those relationships are forever. A friend is not forever. That's not a forever title. A boyfriend is not a forever title, but my cousin is going to be my cousin forever. If I die, if she dies, that's still my fucking cousin. You know what I mean? Like, nothing changes that. And so, like, those relationships matter to me because those are the permanent ones we have. And so to see people with these titles with each other, bickering at each other and not really wanting to do for each other and putting each other down, like, that made me think, like, if this is what family does, then I shouldn't expect shit from strangers. I shouldn't expect shit from other people who have a title that can change. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, that was my mentality always. And that's why I, you know, initially when I became an adult, my first thing I did was, no, I'm not fucking with nobody. All I do have is me. You know what I mean? And I had that mentality for a long time. I wouldn't reach out to family. And I regret that because I missed out on a lot. And a lot of family members passed and I missed shit. And then I see, like, some people not even learning from that shit. Like, we're always going to fucking funerals. That's the only time we unite, and we don't even get along then. But we'll go to the funeral. We won't go to no birthday parties. We won't go to no baby showers. We half-ass go to weddings. We can't plan family reunions. When we plan family reunions, you got this group over here doing this group over there want to do that. Nobody wants to do the same thing. Like, we can't come together, and nobody wins when the family feuds. Because when I talk to individual family members, they're all fucking miserable. They're all suffering. This person needs childcare. That person needs childcare. This person needs a job. That person needs housing. This person wants to own their own business but don't have the property or whatever. These people, need a place to stay. These people can't keep up with their rent and utilities. Like, we all kind of have like complementing issues. And when I say complimenting, I mean like there are issues that if we all came together and we all united, we could help each other. Like, you need a job, I need a babysitter. A few of us need a babysitter. There go your daycare. Boom. You got these kids now. So like, we're helping each other. Okay, we're going to sit down and buy land. You can buy land out west. That shit is cheap as hell out there, especially like in Arizona. Sit down and stop giving all these people all your money every family reunion and barbecue. Buy some land. And that's where we're going to meet up at. And that's where we're going to chill at. And our family members that need a place to stay or a place to live or whatever, they could stay there and keep the land up. And you know what I mean? Like, things like that. Like, we can't do things like that when we're feuding. We try to join these groups and we try to join these organizations. And yeah, they help. Yeah, they're very beneficial. But to most of these people, it's a job that they're getting paid hourly to do. And then they go home and they sit home by themselves after they got done sitting at work all day talking about organization and being a group and being a unit. But then they go home and they don't talk to their own family and they're still losing. And it's just like, we have to get our tribes back together. We have to get our tribes back together because it's important. It's important. It's how, like, I see people being happy. I'm not knocking nobody's happiness or what everybody's doing. But don't you think it would be better if your whole family was just like on one accord? Like, if y'all all just lived in the same space and just was able to go next door and talk to your cousin real quick instead of having to drive 20, 30 minutes to an hour to go see your cousin. Or like, if you needed a babysitter, like somebody right next door and y'all know y'all work schedules complement each other so y'all can take turns. When you down and out, but you ain't got no money to go nowhere or help you feel better, just go outside and your family right there. Like, I mean, like, I had that. Like, I lived around the corner, from my mom, and seeing my siblings and all that on a regular basis, like, that shit made me feel good. Like, when we was living there, my partner's family and his family was right downstairs and stuff like that. Like, he felt good. Like, he go downstairs to see your family, bro. Like, that unity is so important, and everybody is just like taking advantage of it, kind of, I guess, or dismissing the idea of it because it's just acceptable to be like, oh, blood ain't always family. Like, why is that an acceptable mindset? But then you can go outside or you can sit on Facebook all day and try to make strangers your friend all day and yell at people about uniting. But then you don't even talk to your fucking family. You got uncles and aunts you don't give a fuck about. You got cousins struggling, but you on Facebook, telling people to unite. Like, nah, man, we gotta do better, man. And I'm not preaching to nobody because I fall short of this too. When I'm reaching out to people and I don't feel like the shit is reciprocated, I don't feel like it's accepted or whatever, I'll fall the fuck back. I'm sure a lot of people have realized that I fell the fuck back. Yeah, the people that fuck with me, I talk to every day. I talk to the same people every day. And I always make sure, like, I always try to, ask them if they good, if they happy, good. Like, I know it might not always be something I could do for you, but listening helps. And sometimes it's okay to just be a listener. It's okay to need help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to want help. And it's okay to give help without getting help in return. That's one thing I had to, I've always been a giver. And when I give, I don't have expectations. That's just something that I always felt, because I see, like I said earlier, my family members always bicker, and when they do shit for each other, they can't wait to like throw it back into each other's faces, or you owe me this, or I gave you that. And nah, none of that. When I give without expectations. No, I don't want that fucking money back. I'm not going to give you money that I have plans on getting back at some point in time. I'm not doing that. You need some money, I got some money to give, it's yours. Fuck all that other shit. You know what I mean? So like, you know, we got to start doing that for each other. We always doing shit for each other and then get mad when we don't get it back. You can't give like that. You can't give like that. And if you don't got it to give it, don't give it. It's just be like, you don't got it, because you're going to need it back. And you know that's going to cause problems. It's little things like that. We just got to learn how to operate with each other, and we're not going to reach the level that we want to reach until we do that, because we have more family than we have strangers. It's easy to get, I don't even want to say it's easy, because it's probably not easy, but it probably is easy. It's probably easier to get like family together more than it is strangers, because strangers don't have that trust. And with some people in your family, it's already like, oh, I'm your cousin. When you hear the word cousin, it's like, oh, all right. Like, it's like a familial thing. You feel a little bit more comfortable. Just probably not a lot, but just a little bit. And I think that's just where I'm at. I don't know why I felt like I needed to make a video about this. I don't know why I felt like I needed to put this into the universe. I just felt it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with it. I hope that this year we use our time wisely, because it's not promised to us. None of this shit is. Nothing that you're doing right now is promised to you. Nothing that you're doing right now is guaranteed that you're going to be doing it until you're 65 and you can retire and live your best life. And why the fuck would you want to keep doing what the fuck you're doing right now when you're 65? Like, think about the shit you're doing right now. Do you really want to do that shit till you're 65? What are some ways that you can change what you're doing right now to do some things that you would rather be doing? Is what you're thinking about involve the help of other people? I think you should call your family. I think you should build up your relationship with your family. I hope that this year I do a better job of connecting with my family. I have a bad habit of wanting to push my goals and stuff on other people, because I feel like it's the solution to things. Particularly buying land and buying commercial properties. I know that's like my thing that I'm always repeating to people, to the point where like niggas ignore me now. As when I don't get like the energy that I want received, I have a habit of falling back, because to me it's like, if we're not on the same page, what are we talking for? I don't want to do that. That's not fair. Not everybody is on the same step in their journey, and that doesn't mean that I have to let go because someone's a few steps behind me. What aggravates me now as an individual is that I'm where I'm at in my life, and there's nobody holding my hand that's a few steps ahead of me. I have nobody telling me how to do shit. I'm learning as I go along, and I'm picking things up as I go along, and I keep attracting people that I have to teach, which is fine. It's probably like a life lesson or something. I'm super cool with it. Like, I'm not complaining about that. I just wish that there was someone in front of me willing to carry me a few steps to where I want to be. And then I sit and I talk to people, and they're like, oh yeah, you got a cousin that does that. Oh yeah, you got a cousin that's into this. Oh yeah, da 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 da. Well, like, what the fuck? Like, what the whole fuck? Like, why aren't we communicating? Then why what's happening? Like, I don't know. That's just where I'm at. I hope that we all spend our time connecting with one another, because love is really the answer. When you learn how to love yourself, you love everyone else on a whole different kind of level. It's so weird. You learn to love yourself. You take care of yourself. You learn everything you need to learn about your body, your melanin, your hair, your health care, how you eat, how you drink, how you exercise, how you think, things that come out your fucking mouth. Like, you learn all of that shit, and then you start applying it, and it just like makes you automatically start loving other people. And then when you start doing that, it's just like, sometimes when you love other people, they start doing it. Sometimes they don't. But if you can get like that one person to do it, they gonna do it, and they gonna make other people do it. Like, it just keeps going. Like, love is definitely the answer. It helps. So if you know, got some relatives in your phone and you know you ain't call them or text them in a minute, do that shit. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Y'all can get to an argument and say some real shit to each other real quick. Okay. It's probably some shit you needed to hear. The universe don't make mistakes. That's it. I'm just excited for us for the rest of this year. You know, we've come so far. Well, we gotta roll our sleeves up because ain't nobody gonna do it for us. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't nobody coming back from the dead to save us because wherever they at, I'm sure it's a better place. I wouldn't come to fuck back and save us, bro. Fuck that shit. What you mean? It's y'all turn. Y'all got technology. Y'all got voices. Y'all got knowledge. Y'all got knowledge in your hand all day long. Everything you ever need to know is in your hand all day long. Use that shit. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got everything. What the fuck am I coming back from the dead to help you for? Nigga, come over here and help me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I would be at, you know? And I'm not knocking nobody's religion or beliefs or whatever, but it's whatever you want it to be. Be present. Be present. Present right now. This is what the fuck is happening. So you need to roll up your sleeves, be motivated, be active, and just activate your progress. That's what it's about. And it's a team effort. It takes a village. You're learning and growing and being raised your entire life. You don't stop learning and growing and being raised till you die. And that shit takes a fucking village. So get your village together. That's all. And my family's watching this, you know, let's buy some land together.